Hi there. Today I've got the wheel of the Alphard off just to have a look at the wishbones or the lower suspension arm, whatever you call it. And you can see that has popped out, so that little bush there has popped out. So that's the rear one. You can buy them separately, but the problem is removing it and pressing it in is quite difficult apparently. So I've decided against that and just to buy a suspension, a lower suspension arm altogether. Now, when you buy the arm, you can buy it with the rear bushes in, or you can buy them with some of the bushes in and some of the pins not there. So I've just decided to replace the whole lot, because once you go in there, you don't want to be going back in again to do it later on. So going to replace a lot. The other thing I noticed is a whole bunch of crud sitting on top of that chassis area there, and I'm beginning to think that it shouldn't be there. So what's causing it? Well, there's an oil leak above, and that needs to get sorted out. So that's just one of the gaskets has failed and just dropping in, so that's going to get sorted out. So these are the kind of things you would kind of expect on a car in a regular, just on a regular service. They'll pick these things up. But if you can spot them yourself, then just get them replaced. So I'm going to replace this arm and replace the other arm at the same time, so therefore I know that when they go, they're going to go together, and I'll just replace them at the same time again. The other things that I'm looking at is I'm looking at all these little boots here to see if they're leaking, and you can see that there's no grease coming out them. There's also ones on the rear of here, which again you have to look all the way around, and no grease coming off them. I've also checked the anti-roll bar D-links, which are a little bit further back down that way and in the middle of the car, and they're fairly easy to replace with I think 2 10mm bolts holding them in. Just have to jack the car up and they just come out easy, but they can get mashed up as well. I've checked the engine mounts underneath. They're still there. They're a little bit they look used, there's no doubt about it, but they're there, so I'm just going to leave those as they are. And other things I'm doing, I'm looking at the suspension arms as well, see if there's any leaks of any oil leaks or any damage to it, and at the same time I'm checking the springs as well to see if there's any fractures, and there's nothing really wrong there. Now this, as I said, the car's taken quite a bang, so I've also checked to see if there's any grinding effect on the top mount. So when the steering wheel is moving left and right, whether it's grinding or it just feels awkward or tough, or there's no resistance or too much ease of turning. So I've checked that. The other thing I've done is I've checked these drop links to see if they're still secure and the bolts are still nicely tucked onto them, and they are, so there's no play in them whatsoever. These are new ones, and I've got a video on replacing them, I believe, on here, and also what they look like when they're gone. So we're just having a general look around to see what's going on in this vehicle, and hopefully I'll get all my components ready to get fitted. A lot of rust here, as you can see, but nothing to really write home about. This vehicle has to last me X amount of years. I've had it for 4 years and it's actually done remarkably well, but it does, like any other car, require to be checked and serviced regularly. Hope that helped.